What's going on, guys? It's time to update our little board here, as well as add a new tier. Kylo has sold. Our total there, 535. We're also going to add tier 0 into here and explain that a little bit. So, we've been working on our Finicky Falcon board. I had tossed around the idea of if it still worked out after some more testing of either giving it away or doing an auction at like 99 cents. And that's basically what's going to happen with tier 0. So they're going to be things where I'm not ordering any parts for it. I'm not necessarily painting or cutting anything off of it unless absolutely necessary. However, to make it more interesting, besides, I guess, obviously the big fan on the outside that we're probably going to keep, I plan on these kind of builds to include something either on the inside, outside, that is like a rare item. So on this one, no, we're not going to keep that blue Talos Moon fan in there. I'm going to have to save that for something else. But we may just leave like the clear blue fan tunnel in there and throw like the blue LEDs that come with the clear blue shell. And because this board is, well, it seems to be working fine so far, but it has had issues in the past, that's kind of the whole point of, here you go, you can either mess with it yourself, or hopefully it just kind of keeps working for a while, or if something happens with it, at least has some cool parts on it you can source for another build. And that is why I would start it at like $1, and it would be up to whoever's interested on how much it actually costs, or actual giveaways. Now this one I would plan to do an auction, and I would say that ahead of time if we plan to do like a giveaway with one. They won't always be 360s. And I should mention it would most likely be a system-only situation, no cables, controller, anything like that. We may throw a hard drive in just because I have so many of the smaller hard drives. I am low on shells, but we may still just throw it on here. We'll probably keep our silver vents, top and bottom. We'll probably keep the 2 side panels we're using with the fan on this side. And this side does have a hole, so we'll either have to get this part painted. As I mentioned, we'll probably keep our DVD drive. There are some stickers on it. I guess that's something we could leave on there, but we just still want to fill in the rest of the space, maybe. Last but not least, we'll probably throw a regular black faceplate on here. I actually built this one to do another version of a Turbo 360 build, so this would not be included, but I mean, just the tunnel alone, I think, is pretty cool. I don't actually go through and, like, read each little thing, so there could be random funny little things saved on these. Who knows? Weird usernames or what have you. I know I mentioned not painting, but I did take one of the other broken motherboards, the red one, and just popped it out of the frame real quick and quickly painted what would be this section and this little section here, just black. Again, I said I wouldn't actually purchase anything to do the tier 0 builds. Now, the paint on the back is very interesting. It's got some flake in there, but the way it sort of cracked around here with a little bit of red, I don't know, I actually kind of like it. So, we might leave that one. If I have enough clear coat, maybe we'll clear coat it. And then the other side here is actually originally from Vader, so it's the metallic black. And obviously it already had the giant hole cut here as well as here. Metal frame is finishing drying. I took the carbon fiber faceplate off. I said I'm going to use that for something else. I didn't actually build that for this one. I'm going to put a regular black one on the front. We're going to grab the hard drive shell off of the Destruction Xbox and throw one of these in here. I know the top and bottoms here are silver. We might just either swap them back out for different color, the regular gray, to match the hard drive shell. If I have a silver, I may have a set of black ones. If we do, maybe we'll go that route. And then I'm going to go ahead and just game on it for a little bit. I know we tested a regular movie, but we'll go ahead and throw an actual game in there, play around for a while, make sure it's still good. I just got it hooked up here to the downstairs TV. We're going to throw a game in there, and we also didn't try it in the upright position. The orange light. Oh. Anyway, yeah, so far so good. Looks like this hard drive has some gamer score on it. 290. And it'll just kind of be a surprise. Maybe even at the last minute we'll just randomly pick one of the 20 gigabyte hard drives. just see what's on there. Let's make sure this opens in the upright position. It does not. Oh, it does. Now it's loading up. The first time it just kind of went to black. It does seem to have trouble spinning up, but then it will seem to work. See if it's going to open for us. Alright, well, I guess the whole disk drive thing just kind of adds to the Finicky Falcon nickname, which is perfect. But everything still checks out, so we'll go ahead and tear it down and throw it in the other metal frame and get those last few things installed. Okay, I'm putting the other board that we took out of this one to paint, and then I'm putting it back in this one, and we'll put this board in here. I also need to take apart the Xbox One S. I'm going to use the temperature display out of that one. I won't be needing an orange one anytime soon. And I also need a couple other things out of that one as well. So let me finish. We'll get this in here, and then so that this is kind of clean. We'll come back a little bit more work than I plan to do for a tier 0 build. But anyway, we're going to get our orange temperature display. We're just going to cut it out of here, splice it into our DVD cable real quick. And this one actually had a plug sensor on it, so I have a bag of sensors. We'll just grab a regular flat sensor to use. Also, I have to admit there was a washer just laying down there, and I'm 99.100% sure that that's why this thing wasn't firing up. But anyway, I just need this for now, so we're just going to worry about that. I do need to pull the block and probably pump out for a project that we just got here today, but for now, let's get this wired in, get the rest of the stuff put in here. Got it all back together. There's quite a mess of adapting wire harnesses in this corner, but none of them have been jacked up, cut together, twisted, none of that kind of stuff. It's all just 4-pin, 3-pin adapters going to each other, so all the stuff can be plugged in. So, at least as a bonus, you got all kinds of different wiring harnesses there. Got the blue LEDs up top, put the other one kind of to the side so it's more shining through the fan tunnel. Threw a few more stickers on there, just random. As I mentioned, I'm not going to go out and buy any parts for this, and I'm running pretty low on stickers that aren't ridiculous, but all black here. I'm going to go ahead and skip on the window here. Just going to leave that kind of open. Something you could finish up if you wanted to. And the hard drive shell, not perfect. Found one that was already painted black and added that little bit of sparkle I could get left out of the can that we did on the shell there. And I think this part lines up pretty nicely with the black grill. I know that was cut out to have a radiator there, but hey, if you end up getting this, and whether the motherboard's good or not, you want to put in your own and try a water-cooled situation, you've already got your shell cut out for this, you got your big fan, you got a temperature mount. This stuff could all be repainted if you really wanted to. But for now, we're going to plug it in, make sure it still turns on. We are leaving that ring of light in here that I was going to use for the Grand Theft Auto build, but one, the middle LED obviously wasn't working, and I kind of want to go a different color anyway. So, again, something if you want to practice your soldering skills, see if that LED is burned out. The moment out of any to get the red ring. You can see our blue lights, not super bright. Looks like we're good. Good there. And our temperature display is doing some weird stuff there. So we at least got some orange matching there, and even though it's sort of burnt out in the middle, you can at least see if it's in the 20s, 30s, or 40s. And I still think it's better than just having a dummy monitor in there that does nothing. It looks like these, the way they have it hooked up with the adapters to the fan plug-in, are obviously going to be pretty dim unless the fans go up in speed, which you can see when you turn it off. It will do it for like a second. It'll also scream a little bit. So, this is the Finicky Falcon. We will list this, like I said, with free shipping at an auction just starting at 99 cents. And yeah, we'll just see what happens. And I'm basically listing it as a clear blue fan shroud with an Xbox around it. Now, I'll probably get this listed the day after I post this video, along with a little video to probably explain exactly what's going on there. But in the meantime, we've got another project here, and this one is going to need a water pump, a radiator, a reservoir, and a water block. Hint, hint. Hopefully the rest isn't that dirty. And also, in the next day or two, we should get the new X-Wing that's smaller than the one we ordered to finish that piece. And when we do that, we'll also add the other green LED here, LEDs to the hard drive, so this is all 100% ready to go for when the board gets here. We can slap everything on there. We also have a Xenon board with a BenQ daughter board that is going to replace this one here. And at least that one, we could see the photo since it was a bare board that there was not any leaking or bulging caps. And it was tested and working, so that one is going to be what we're going to throw in our Grand Theft Auto 5 build. This board here and the test board we have inside of here, we're going to kind of combine for the next budget tier 0 build, where this one pretty much has what looks like all really nice caps around here, but it has Red Ring of Death. This one is working just fine. Great DVD drive. However, it had all the leaking caps, which we already cleaned up a lot of the acid. But we're going to see if we could just put the good caps on this one, make sure this is a solid board, and those pieces we got with our ghost shells, the ones I was used to with the smoke clear shell, was for a BenQ drive. However, these ones, a little bit older, they're made for the Samsung. So we'll probably throw either the clear or the clear blue onto the DVD drive, maybe add a couple other things, and that would be the next tier 0 build, while we transfer this obviously over to the Grand Theft Auto 5 build, and we'll have to get a BenQ drive to obviously go along with that board here, and we'll either have to repaint one or something along those lines. But that's it for now. Stay tuned for some crazier builds with a lot better detail than what we had going on here. Something more along the lines of this guy here. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe.